Chapter 1. The woman stumbled and fell on the rain-slick cobblestones, a distressed cry of pain jarring from her on impact. Tall brick buildings hovered on each side of her, allowing a narrow view of the Savannah River at night. Given the late hour and the dying storm, few people were out, especially here on the far end of River Street. All was quiet, but for a faraway blow of a ship's horn. The alleys were dark and empty, just as the killer wanted. The woman gave a quick, jerky glance over her shoulder as he moved closer. Her sable hair was damp and frizzy from the lingering humidity. Her eyes were huge brown coins, wide with fear. She scrambled to her feet on the uneven street, black as onyx and shiny with moisture. The stones had lapped up the cleansing rains, and now, after her tumble, they tasted his victim's blood as well. He smiled as she struggled to stand in her high heels and wondered why any female would wear such things on the hazardous downtown roads, but they did show off her lovely long legs. Sudden and raucous laughter shattered the silence, smokers braving the misty air on a balcony high above. The woman jolted, and when she thrust her face up into the side, the killer saw she was about to scream. With a squeeze, he discharged the device in his hand. Twin lines shot through the air and struck her lower back as the taser pulsed its disabling energy into her body. She spasmed with a long, keening moan and collapsed. Her knees went first, then her waist, as she folded into herself and crumpled. Shivers racked her form as she lay helpless. Swift and agile, like the athlete he was, the killer moved to her slumped position on the ground and lifted her over his shoulder. He was tall and muscular, so her weight didn't faze him as he glided into the shadows. Instead of heading straight to the river, he veered left, toward a tunnel behind the towering brick structure. The building's bottom floor had previously housed a nightclub, but now the boarded-up space was empty. No prying ears or eyes. The killer left the woman on the cement as he quickly disabled 2 of the light bulbs in the underpass, then listened to ensure he was alone with his victim. Only the low static of distant traffic floated to his straining ears, and he knew the time was right. The woman was groaning now, one hand clenched in her brown tresses as if she was trying to force her mind to clear. Drawing a syringe from his pocket, the killer removed its plastic cap before jabbing the needle into her arm. The drug would keep her quiet and weak. His intent was to take her life. But he didn't want her dead yet. First, there were things to be done. He put the spent syringe back in his long black coat, leather to leave no fibers, and removed a knife instead. With one ripping slice, he cut through his victim's skirt. The soft blue fabric slipped to the sides with a wisp. He performed the same action with her shirt, leaving her only in panties and bra. The lacy lingerie was black, and he smiled. Perfect. Leaving her bra intact, he flicked the tip of his blade through one side of her panties, then positioned himself between her thighs. He fumbled with his own clothing, but stopped long enough to withdraw a small vial of black ink from another pocket. He was here for more than one purpose. A hideous rush of power coursed through him as he reveled in what he planned to take for himself, not only now, but in the future. The poor, fragile woman beneath him didn't know the role she played. She couldn't fathom the sacrifice to come. But he could, and the idea had him throbbing with need. With hands that shook, the killer opened the vial and dipped his small finger into the black liquid. Then he took a steadying breath before drawing a symbol on his prey's pale, flat stomach. One side of his mouth lifted as he noticed the mark's similarity to a ribbon, like the kind all of the so-called benevolent causes in America liked to claim with their own color. They put the cheery yet still sad ribbons on clothing, on their cars. Stupid sheep.